61 years old, a milestone that, for many, is a time to gather with family and feel the love of those closest to them. On December 18th, Brad Pitt, a man who once stood at the pinnacle of fame, now wishes for one simple thing: to have his children by his side on his 61st birthday. Gone are the lavish parties and spotlight glamour. The only thing he yearns for now is warm moments with Knox and Vivienne, his youngest twins, who still maintain some contact with him. But this wish, according to various sources, is far from easy to fulfill. Brad loves his children dearly, and it would mean so much if they could spend this time with him, a close source shared. However, the situation remains bleak. The relationship between Brad and his children has long been severely fractured, seemingly beyond repair. He once had it all: fame, fortune, and a family that many admired. Yet now, the thing he desires most is something that seems heartbreakingly simple: to be with his two youngest children on this special day. And yet, the harsh reality appears to test the heart of this father in unimaginable ways. Behind the glitz and glamour of a Hollywood star lies a deeply wounded Brad Pitt facing the loss of a family that once was his pride and anchor. Following his tumultuous divorce from Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt has endured not only a tarnished public image but also profound emotional wounds. The years-long legal battle has been more than just a fight for custody. It's been a war of trust, affection, and understanding. When the family fell apart, his children seemed to be caught in the unending vortex of conflicts. Maddox, his eldest son, who was once the pride of Brad's life, chose silence and distanced himself from his father years ago. To Maddox, the scars of the past appear to have formed an unbreakable barrier. He has opted to build an independent life, severing ties with the father he was once close to. Maddox isn't the only one. Pax Thien, the boy Brad and Angelina adopted from Vietnam, has taken a similar path. Reports suggest that Pax felt trapped in the middle of the conflict between his adoptive parents, leading him to cut ties to shield himself from unnecessary emotional strain. The wounds extend further. Zahara, adopted from Ethiopia and once close to both Brad and Angelina, has also chosen to maintain a distance. She rarely appears publicly with Brad, and their relationship has been described as distantly cordial. Perhaps the most devastating blow to Brad is Shiloh, his biological daughter, whom he cherished deeply. Shiloh, beloved by the public for her unique style and striking personality, made a heartbreaking decision. She filed a petition to remove the surname Pitt from her name, a powerful symbolic act of estrangement. For Brad, this wasn't just a legal loss, but an emotional gut punch, signaling a chasm between father and daughter that seems insurmountable. What led to such deep fractures? Many family psychologists believe that the contentious divorce between Brad and Angelina placed their children in an untenable position, forcing them to take sides, something no child should have to endure. Growing up amidst conflicting memories and the weight of their parents' disputes has only complicated their familial bonds. Moreover, Brad himself has acknowledged past mistakes. His struggles with alcohol were once a major issue, impacting his family relationships. While Brad has made efforts to turn his life around, attending rehab programs, and striving for balance post-divorce, the scars remain, and for his children, they may never have fully healed. Feelings of abandonment and a lack of understanding might have taken root in his children's minds. Meanwhile, the media's portrayal of their family life only amplified the pressure. For Brad's children, his fame may have shifted from a source of pride to a heavy burden, as they grew up under the relentless scrutiny of the public eye. Amid these fractures, Knox and Vivienne, the youngest twins, seemed to maintain a tenuous connection with Brad. Too young to fully grasp the complexities of their family's turmoil, their innocence may be what keeps their fragile bond with their father intact. Yet even with Knox and Vivienne, the path forward is far from easy. Brad knows that time is fleeting. His children will grow older, and the opportunities to reconnect will dwindle. This is why his 61st birthday holds such significance, not just as a personal milestone, but as a fragile hope for mending the wounds in his heart. Brad expressed his wish to reunite with his children on his birthday. A beautiful, humane wish. Who wouldn't want to be surrounded by family on such a special day? An image of warmth comes to mind. Brad, the father, holding his children tightly, his radiant smile glowing beside the birthday cake with flickering candles. But wait, just a few hours after this wish was made public, an insider source revealed if the twins didn't want to see their father, Brad would go on vacation with his 27-year younger girlfriend. Let's pause here for a moment of reflection. Put yourself in Brad's shoes. What would you do? Would you choose to stay home, sipping on loneliness if your children didn't come? Or would you pack your bags, leave all doubts behind, and fly off to some beach with your youthful girlfriend waiting for you? Perhaps Brad thought, if I can't have the perfect family birthday, why not turn it into an ideal getaway? A decent plan B, right? But this raises an interesting question. Is Brad's true intention to see his kids, or is this just a clever cover-up for a vacation he's been planning all along? We must admit that Brad is very good at keeping himself busy one way or another. But the contradiction in this story story really creates a perfect comedy. On one hand, he openly expresses his love for his children, wanting to see them on his birthday. On the other hand, he has already prepared a backup plan, a romantic vacation. If this were the plot of a movie, it would surely be called Between Heart and Beach. In the film, Brad would stand between two choices: sitting alone in an empty house or basking in the sunset with his younger girlfriend. A scenario full of irony, yet highly entertaining enough to make the audience laugh and feel conflicted. Is this really a story about fatherhood? Brad isn't alone, at least physically. But does this choice really make him less lonely emotionally? This is a question that only Brad can answer. Meanwhile, we, the loyal audience of this drama, can only sit back and reflect on the contradictions of human nature. Whether you like it or not, Brad has succeeded in making himself the center of a controversial story. Part of us wants to criticize him for this contradiction, but another part can't help but feel intrigued by how he manages to make everything perfect in his own way. Brad Pitt, as always, has proven that his life is like a performance. There are no winners or losers here, just a man trying to balance between heart and mind, between responsibility and pleasure. And whether you agree or not, this story deserves to be a new chapter in the novel titled The Life of Brad Pitt. And what about you? If your birthday faced a similar choice, what would you choose? Surely we wouldn't find it easy to answer.